name is David Riggs. I was born in Sand Springs, graduating in 1955 from high school. I went to Phillips University in Enid on a baseball scholarship. Went to 1 year of graduate school at OU. Not until 5 years later, decided to go to law school. Well, I actually had to work a few other jobs, too, to pay the tuition. I wrote TV scripts. I got $50 an hour to write TV scripts. I tutored some high school football players English to keep them eligible from Tulsa Central. Believe it or not, I raised pigs. Anything to make the money to pay the tuition. One of the first jobs I was assigned to do when I went to work at the juvenile court was to interview a 12-year-old kid in jail, housed next to adult criminal defendants for stealing a bicycle. I wasn't even sure he stole it because he told me, he said, I was going to take it back. I just wanted to ride it. He had never gotten to ride a bicycle. I became concerned about adjudicating kids delinquent for things like that because it labeled them delinquent. The schools started to relate to them as delinquents. Their own family started to relate to them as delinquent. And they thought of themselves at that point as a delinquent. And so I thought with a law degree, maybe I could start to change some of those things.
He's soft-spoken. He's mild-mannered, but he's a hero. And he's the biggest champion in this whole state for legal aid, for people on the downside of privilege. He's the first chair they ever had to the Access Justice Commission, because he knows better than anybody there's a justice gap in this country.
We've always thought it was a duty we had to educate ourselves and, frankly, anybody that would listen about major issues that affect the future of the state.
But he's a lawyer's lawyer. He's the heart and soul of this whole law firm, and he's a loyal partner. He stays hitched. And I love the guy, and I'm just sorry that when he did this interview earlier, I didn't get to come in and heckle him a little bit. Doggone it.
It's easy for me to say, but I was never that worried about being failure, about not succeeding. And I think that's my best advice. Don't worry about whether you're going to succeed or fail. Do what you truly love doing, what you have a passion for, and do it with all that's in you. And there's a really good chance you will succeed.
My name is Beverly Smith, and we're at my law office, Connor & Winters. I was born in Dallas, Texas, graduated from high school. When I went to OU, I majored in letters, which is history, philosophy, literature, an ancient language, and a modern language. So I knew I was going to go to graduate school. I just didn't know what I was going to do. After that, I married and moved to Okmulgee. And we had 3 children. And as the children got a little older, I thought, so what am I going to do when I grow up?
Beverly gave all new meaning to the term gap year, took 14 years off, and then she went back to law school. And I am still impressed that anybody can do that.
Law school is a very academic pursuit. And the other thing about law school is once you graduate, assuming that you've passed the bar, you kind of have an instant job because you're a lawyer. And since I had been out of the workforce or been a homemaker for 14 years, I thought law school seemed like a really good pursuit. I feel very blessed to have come to Connor & Winters. It's a great law firm, and I've really enjoyed my career here. This is the only place I've ever practiced law. I feel like, real estate and certainly probate and estate planning, you're just helping people. And you do develop a close relationship, and I like that.
I can't think of anyone who deserves to be honored more than Beverly. I think that she has been a true supporter of the University of Tulsa Law School. She has volunteered her time, and I understand she's recently set up a donation for a planned gift for a scholarship fund for a deserving law student. It is my good fortune to have her as my friend, and it's my great privilege to honor her for this award that she's receiving.
It came as a complete surprise to me when I found out. You do have to work hard, but I also would suggest that it's very important to find good mentors to help you along the way.
I'm Sid Donegan, born in McLeansboro, Illinois. Well, my father thought I should be a chemical engineer, but frankly, I began to think, well, maybe being a lawyer would be the best thing. And I think by the time I was probably 15, I had decided I was going to be a lawyer. After graduating from law school, I went into the Army. So basically, I was a civilian one day, and 11 days later, I was a captain. We were very busy because of the war, so I tried a lot of cases. So by the time I got out of the military, I tried lots of jury trials and non-jury trials, and that gave me a real edge when I came back.
He just has those traits that makes him succeed. And a litigator doesn't know a lot about anything, but he knows a lot about everything. And you have to be organized, and you have to work really hard. And that's what he's good at.
Being in the military is a little bit different, as you can imagine, and it gave me a good perspective about how to deal with people, particularly under difficult situations.
If I was president of the United States, my first appointment would be Attorney General, and it would be Sid. That's the kind of confidence you have in the guy, and you believe he has integrity. Life takes branches and goes in different directions. The real joy of it is knowing that you've had a lifelong friendship with someone and that it's stayed strong.
Very much appreciate the school giving me this honor, to say the least. I've always appreciated the people at the university. I've had a great education.
If you had a chance to do it again, would you do it the same way?
Oh, absolutely. Wouldn't change a thing. I've had a great career.
At one point, all our honorees were students at the College of Law and now have had these glorious careers. One of the great things about being a lawyer, and particularly being a TU lawyer, is you're really able to control, change, chart your career and your course. And the folks we are honoring here tonight are an example of how people create an incredible life for themselves, make a difference for their clients, make a difference for their community as a TU lawyer.